Hi, my name is Ali Terracino, and I'm currently interning at the Center for Service and Social Justice. And today I have here with me Carolyn Quinn, and she works at the organization of the Educational Opportunities Centers of Pennsylvania. And we just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to talk with us today and share all about your program.
Thank you.
Okay, so our first question is, what does your organization do to help serve the community?
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about what we do. So what do we do? In a nutshell, we provide education and career services. What those look like are career exploration. So we help people who are undecided, maybe just starting a career or maybe in a career that they're not happy with, and they're looking at advancing their career or changing their career. So in our career exploration, we talk like, hot jobs, health careers, business, logistics, manufacturing, kind of giving people an idea of what jobs pay, what are the salaries, what would an entry-level salary look like, what are the educational requirements, so kind of all that career exploration. Tied in directly to that is post-secondary planning. So we do a lot of helping people figure out maybe what college they want to go to, what their major might be, and then also we help them apply. We do the Common App, we do the college apps, and we also help them do their financial aid. So filling out the FAFSA paperwork, the FIA paperwork, and any paperwork that the colleges throw at them. Our staff helps them do all of that.
Wow, that's wonderful. I wish I had someone like you guys when I was filling out all of my stuff. That's for
I
sure.
do too.
What do you find is the most important needs of the community?
So we work primarily with those people who are considered low income, and that's 150% of the poverty line, and also the first in their family to go to college. So I'm going to, target them and say, what do they really kind of need? They need some career guidance. But I'm going to tell you that it's not only for people who are low income and first in their family to go to college. I think the number one thing that our community needs is true career guidance. So that's, realistic picture. What jobs are growing in our area? What jobs are declining? What's a realistic salary that you could hope to start at? But more importantly, what is my sustainable salary in the long run? And I also think that partners directly with career ladder. How do people move up a career ladder? We have a lot of information about maybe getting into college, but we don't have as much information about how do I advance within my own company. So I think that's one of the biggest needs that I see.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Would you say if there are any ways, how has your organization been affected by COVID-19?
Like all nonprofits, and I'm going to say colleges and schools and for-profits, we've had to kind of pivot. So in order to keep our services going and meet our grant needs, we moved all of our services online.
Okay.
So we, by April, had all of our services available online, and that means all of our workshops, all of our one-on-one services, our monthly calendar is on our website. We have workshops that are at 9 o'clock in the morning, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We also moved all of our talent search programming, and that's for our specific targeted school districts that we work with. So that's Scranton, Hazleton, Hanover area, Wilkes-Barre, Shenandoah Valley. We have workshops actually at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock, even 8 o'clock at night, so that we could be still providing our services to our kids.
Well, it's honestly very wonderful and amazing that you guys were able to adapt so fast and get this plan together by April, because I know personally, like I'm from New Jersey, there's still schools that do not know what they're doing. So it's amazing that you guys as a nonprofit were able to get the ball rolling and figure something out that fast. So good for you guys, honestly. It's very beneficial.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Are there any specific ways people can get involved to help volunteer there?
So we have a lot of opportunities to volunteer, and obviously most of them right now are going to be online.
Okay.
So what I would say is for our volunteers, we're always looking for guest speakers to come into our career-focused workshops. So we're looking for guest speakers to talk about, like yourself, maybe what your major is, why you picked that major, what are your classes like. We bring in professionals to come and speak about what their actual day looks like. You know, think about for us. You know, I'd like to say for you, talking to your ninth grade self, what are
Mhm.
the things you would tell your ninth grade self? And it gives you the opportunity to talk to our students in a very informed way. So that's one way they can get involved. We also have a very extensive tutoring program. And our tutoring program right now is online, but we do have some in-person opportunities. So if somebody said to me, I really would like to get some experience tutoring, we just, we're able to run 2 programs in Scranton right now. The second Saturday of every month, we're at the Steamtown Library, the Express Library, and then we're there from 11:30 to 1:30, and we're running some of our talent search programming as well as tutoring. And then we also have an after-school program on Jackson Street at the NEPA Youth for Christ Center. They're letting us do after-school tutoring there, starting at 3 o'clock. So if anybody wanted to volunteer, we have those in person right now. But we also have our tutoring program online, and we tutors for specific subjects. So I'm always looking for additional tutors who might want to offer some, we call them weekly drop-in labs,
Mhm.
so that you're basically on a Zoom session, and if let's say you're going to tutor in English, you would just offer a 1-hour session for people to drop in. If then they want to set up individual one-on-one on Zoom, they can, and that's at the discretion of the tutor and the student who needs tutoring. So right now we have health science tutors. I have a couple students from the medical school who are tutoring, you know, some of our advanced nursing students. I have physics tutors, English and history. And we also run a very, I'm going to say a mild GED tutoring program. You know, there are GED programs out there, so we're not trying to replace those. What we're just trying to do is help people to supplement that,
Mhm.
because one of the services we do is we actually can help to pay for 2 parts of the GED test for someone. So that saves them $60.
Mhm.
So we feel that by partnering that tutoring with the voucher, it's going to help more people achieve that high school equivalency. And then the last way that people can really get involved is we have a YouTube channel. They can just search it. It's EOCETS. And we do career-focused spotlights on that, kind of like you're doing.
Mhm.
So if somebody wanted to do a video, we do a nice interview back and forth, and they can volunteer to just kind of talk about their majors or their professions.
Okay. Well, that's great. And I can honestly attach your YouTube link below so people can get a better understanding of how the video would go. So, but that's
Awesome.
honestly very wonderful. Personally, like I know, especially during like college search and job search, it's very stressful to try and pick something you want to do for the rest of your life when you're a teenager. Like, I know I took a career aptitude test because I had no idea what I wanted to do. But I think what you're doing is wonderful, and it's honestly outstanding that you were able to get it going so fast right through COVID because people still need to know and they still have to keep every day is another day and the world's
So
not ending.
that's so well said. You know, I didn't mention a service that we provide, and this is something that the college students might really find valuable.
Okay.
And it's a new service that we just started this past year. It's called Strengths Coaching.
Okay.
So some people are aware of Gallup. This is called Clifton Strengths Testing. It's an assessment that you take. It's 100 questions. It
Mhm.
actually helps you to identify what your top strengths are.
Wow.
And then we have certified coaches in the agency. So once you identify your strengths, you meet with a coach, and the coach actually helps you to understand how to utilize those strengths,
Ooh.
how to watch your blind spots, and then more importantly, how to actually tap into your lesser strengths. So we don't use the word weakness, we
Mhm.
use lesser strengths.
Okay.
So for me, like you were saying about, picking a career and kind of, I feel like it's a very person-centered assessment that you can do. So we do interest testing as well, like you were saying.
Mhm.
So we do that interest testing, but I feel like the strengths coaching on top of that is a perfect partner to actually figure out where you fit in into the job market.
Wow, that's amazing. I definitely will mention that, like, especially around like to my friends and other people I know because I know people still like they know what they want to be, quote unquote, but at the same time, they're like, I know I want to be in this field, but I don't know exactly what in this field I want to be. So by taking tests like that, I feel like it really helps narrow down what you are best at and where you will succeed.
And think about when you're getting ready to go for a job interview. Like, one of the common questions we ask in interviews are, what are your top 3 strengths?
Yeah.
And what are your 3 weaknesses? I feel like if somebody was to do that assessment, you get to give the perfect answer. Not only do you know what your strengths are, but you actually know how to use them.
Yeah.
And then instead of saying weaknesses, you can actually say, these are my lesser strengths, but I'm working with a coach to actually tap into them. And I feel like if somebody used that language in an interview, I would be like giving them like major check marks
Yeah.
saying, I need to bring this person in.
That's very smart, and it's honestly very helpful to hear because I know personally, like, we were even taught when you say weakness, you never really want to say you have a weakness. You want to say I'm just less strengthful, or like I lesser strength is in this, but I'm not weak, because they don't want you don't want to sound like you have like a really good positive one, but you also have a really negative aspect, because then it's like a little offsetting. But lesser strength is definitely like a smarter way to approach something like that.
Very true.
Well, I want to thank you so much again for doing this with us, because honestly, I think it's an amazing organization and it does so much for the community and it helps so many people. And I think
Thank you.
the world, or like even around here, they need to know how to do stuff like this. So it's very beneficial. And we really appreciate you talking with us and sharing all about it.
I appreciate this time. I really do. You have a wonderful day.